Hi guys, this is the last of the candy glitter collection and it's called Ice Cream Sparkle. It has to be one of the most sparkliest glitters I've ever worked with. It's absolutely lovely. Mixed by Lucy Fell exclusively for the nail team. So all I'm doing is putting a wet layer of acrylic down and then tapping my Ice Cream Sparkle glitter onto that. So nice thin layer of your clear. And then get your glitter on. And you can see it is super sparkly. So I'm going to do this as a full nail and then I'm going to do a little bit of 3D art on top after. So just keep tapping that on. If you want to make it a little bit more dense, then you can go on with a second layer by picking up your clear acrylic and then dipping into your glitter and again just tapping on until you're happy. Once you feel you've got enough on there, then you can cap this whole nail with your strength powder, which I'm using NSI's Crystal Clear. And you'll see the design will go matte, dull, so that you know that you have fully capped that glitter. If it doesn't, if you can still see shiny bits, then you need to put a little bit more acrylic on to make sure that you've fully capped it. So I'm just going over that nail now with my Crystal Clear, making sure that I've covered it all. So once you're happy, you can let that set. And once it's set, you can give it a file with a 150 grit nail file. And then once you've finished filing, get rid of your dust and then apply your NSI Glaze and Go gel top coat. But like I say, I am going to do a little bit of 3D art on top of this as well. But you can see, super sparkly this one, lovely. So we're going to create an ice cream cone at the bottom of this nail. And I'm just using my NSI Rose Blush to do that. So putting a little smile line on. Don't make this too thin because we are actually going to print into this. So if you work too thin, you're not going to see the print. So it does want a little bit of thickness. I'm going to cover the whole bottom of that tip, but you will still see a bit of glitter coming through. I don't want it to be completely solid. Make sure it's nice and even because we're not capping this or anything, so it needs to be nice and even. Then I'm using a little bit of fishing wire, making sure that my product is ready and set a little bit, and I'm pressing down into my acrylic to make my lines so that it looks like an ice cream cone. Much easier to do on a client because obviously they can hold their own finger. So I'm just getting Matthew just to hold this nail for me while I do this. And you get that nice ice cream cone effect. Then I'm just going to pop a couple of beads of ice cream on basically. So I'm using my NSI Pure White and a Crystal Nails like a peachy colour. I'm just placing the bead of Pure White on the nail and then picking up a little bit of the peach and swirling it through the white. Not too much, else you just lose it and it just looks like a pale creamy colour, so don't swirl it too much. A little bit of ice cream dripping down onto the cone. Just a nice summery design this with a nice bling background. And there's a bead of ice cream in the centre and again a swirl. I'm just going to put a little bit more white on top of these because I think they're a little bit too colourful. So I'm going to just pick up some slightly wet beads of my Pure White and just do a light swirl over the top. It'll make them a little bit more 3D and it'll also just dilute that colour down a bit. That's better. That's better. That looks more like ice cream now. So then you can apply just a little bit of glaze and go over the top of your ice cream beads so that they stay nice and shiny, but your cone obviously wants to stay matte. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and I hope you have enjoyed this new candy glitter collection. It's definitely going to be one of my favourites to play with over the next month or so. Thank you very much.